Hi there, guys. I've been wanting to share this for a while, but I was a bit reluctant to because I didn't want people to, judge me or make fun of me. And then I thought, well, if I can help just one person by sharing my story, well, then it's worthwhile. Okay, so yeah, look, I've been struggling with depression and anxiety for probably about 4 years. Well, in October 2015, I lost my job, and that really rocked my world because I went from feeling that I was a somebody to feeling like I was a bit of a nobody. And it wasn't an ongoing thing. It's an up and down thing, right? But there was, yeah, the lack of self worth just to get cast out like that. The fear of not having enough money to get by was another thing, and then it was the camaraderie that one gets at work, which I never realised how big a thing that was. And then I've also had rejection on a personal level from people who are close to me, and so a lot of things have built up, and and I've found myself for a lot of that time that I could get something would happen, not so significant that it should really upset me that much. And I'd just find myself be thinking, man, I'm just sick of living, I've had enough of this life. I wish I was dead. And sometimes I'd go so far as to start thinking like, well, um, thinking of ways that I could kill myself. And I'm not saying this to be melodramatic or anything. It's just I'm just putting it in the context as this is how it was for me. And and while I would never do it, it's not good to even have the thoughts, right? I'd never be the sort of person to kill myself. It's a weak coward's way out, and you've got to think what it does to anyone left behind that does uh, care about you. So yeah, so I would never do it, but um, the thoughts were certainly there. And well, about a month ago, I was just in such a position, and I'm just really quite down and out the same in that zone there. And I found myself in front of the mirror. I ended up looking up at myself, and I ended up looking myself right in the eye, just like I was looking at you. And it was like looking deep into me, and I just said aloud, "What is happening to you, man? Snap out of it. Get a grip. Pull yourself together." Like, and then I had this very strong thought just came out of the blue, and it was, "You are strong." And I thought, oh, you are strong. Well, where did that thought come from? And I thought, I don't feel strong. Right. I started to reflect, and I many years ago in '96, my infant son, 6 months old, died, and it was hell on earth. And at the time, it seemed like something I wouldn't get through, but I did. And then I went through a very bitter divorce, and it was hard. And um, yeah, and I got through that, and I thought, yeah, you know what, I am strong. I can get through things. And so that became an empowerment for me. I thought, yeah, all right, if I'm feeling down, I'm going to say, "You are strong," and it was a trigger to uplift me, and it started to make me feel good, right? So anyway, the very next morning, as life often does, something else comes up. Not not a real major thing, but again, and I find myself upset again. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, no, 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 help me, Lord. And then I got another very strong uh, image, a very strong thought came to me, and it was, "You have hope." And I thought, wow, I have hope. And I thought, yeah, that's right. It won't last forever. When I was going through my divorce, like it was 5 or 6 months of just bitter hell. And I remember my good mate Graham, he said to me, "This too shall pass." And he was right. It didn't last forever. It passed. So, if you're in a bad situation and you think there's no way out of it, if you don't have any hope, it'll just spiral you down into the deep pit. But if you think, okay, I'll work through this, I'll work my way through it, there is hope. It will pass. This too shall pass, and then one day I'll come out of it and it'll all be sunshine and roses again. And so if you've got hope, that's very uplifting, right? So now I had the two power thoughts. You are strong and you have hope. And so it was quite uplifting like that. And of course, sometimes people get into a situation where the things don't change. I mean, maybe it's a physical injury or a bad illness that can change your life forever, and you might never recover from that. And that is a more complex scenario. But of course, what can change is your attitude as to how you're going to handle that. And I'm not saying it would be easy, and I don't know how I would react in a situation like that. But what I do know is I've seen some amazing people that have had, lost limbs, and they are such a strong motivational force. They come out and they just share their testimony to people and they uplift people. It's just inspiring. So anyway, yes, you are strong and you have hope. If you're still listening this far, I'm going to say I was helped a lot by my faith. And I didn't say this at the beginning because I didn't want any non-believers to turn off and maybe miss what might be helpful for you. But yeah, the day in the bathroom before I had the strong, you are strong thought, I was praying out to the Lord. And I believe he put that message in my mind because it wasn't somewhere where I would be going. And the same as the next morning about you have hope, I started to pray and it came to me. And because of my faith, and I am strong, but I'm strong through Jesus, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me within. And since that has happened, I'd like to say I just got up there and everything's just been all rosy, but no, life has its way of knocking you down, and you've got to be prepared for it. And so other things have been happening, but you know what? I've been focusing more on the positive. It's the battle of the mind, right? If you start getting problems or bad thoughts, and if you focus on them, they magnify. It's like looking through binoculars or a telescope, and you just focused in narrow, and you're just seeing the bad and not the good. Even for me, like when I was going through this bad part, I'd say to myself, like, what's wrong with you? Like, there's a lot of people would be quite envious of what I have in life, So it was rather crazy, but the mind can play tricks. I am on a path now of onward and upward, and I said, for me, I focus on the Lord and get stronger and focus less on the problems and put them all into perspective. Yeah. And if you're still with me on this, look, God said not to worry about anything, and just put complete and faith, just put your faith and trust in him. And if you can really do that, and I mean really do that, then things don't faze you, because you got to say, well, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lead not on your own understanding. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay. I hope this has been a help to you.